This is the future.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sequel Green here, and today we're going to talk about Deathstroke, which is going to be the next legendary character that will be coming to Injustice 2 Mobile. In the background you can also see like the background of the loading screen of Advent of Chaos, and as I said, they are going to use this in order to like tease the next raid with the loading screens, and I was right. It is indeed Deathstroke that was going to be in the middle of all that fire and all that hazard in the city. So today we're going to take a look at his abilities and his passives and kind of get the gist of how good this character is going to be. Huge thanks for the data miner who dug this information up that was introduced with the new update. Obviously I'm not gonna mention his name because I don't want to in any way, shape or form put him in any sort of danger for doing this, but huge thanks, my dude, that's very much appreciated. So yeah, let's get going with this. First up, those are going to be the passives. Of course, those are going to be the maxed out passives at level 6. In order to get them at level 6, you'll need to get him to 6 stars, so it'll take a while to get there, but once you get there, we're going to first of all have Expert Mercenary. Every special enhances Deadshot's attack with a temporary buff. The same type of buff can stack up to 2 times. And the buff is going to have a certain duration, so it's like the All Blade buff. All Blades buff in the sense that it's gonna have a cooldown and you can stack multiple ones, but it only goes all the way up to 2 of them at the same time. It's going to generate some power bars through critical strikes. This is pretty straightforward. This means he will not need a power reduction character. It's going to be something similar to like Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd, but something that only works for him, and that's amazing. It just gets out of the way the need of a power reduction character, and it wouldn't have been great if he needed one, because both of them kind of go already with Silver Banshee and Kilmflan Sakoman. And the third passive is going to be every successful special permanent increases the duration of Expert Mercenary buff, and the duration can be increased up to 100%. So as you do more and more specials, you're going to gradually be able to increase it throughout the duration of the fight, and the whole thing is going to go up to almost 20 seconds, going to be like 19 seconds. So yeah, first of all, the passives don't show you much of the potential of the character, but boy oh boy, let's get to the abilities, because we need to go back to those two, because those two will work in synchronization with the abilities. So first of all, let's start off with a special one. A special one is going to be Gunshot, and it's going to deal some damage, and the Expert Mercenary, again having a synergy with the passives, will make all attacks have a chance to do armor piercing, and yet again, as it's stated, the buffs do stack up to 2 times, so after using this 2 times, you're going to have like 100% chance to do armor pierce on your basic attacks. This is not really the best part of his kit. There's a lot of far better stuff to come, as you might be able to see if you're reading ahead of me explaining it, but it's going to be a situational thing where if the enemy has a huge amount of armor and you really need that armor pierce on basic attacks, you can use the special one. Because for a lot of characters the special one is simply useless, and for this character they were like, it's not gonna be the main focus of the character or what makes this character amazing, but at the same time is going to do something, and I think this is a very good way to tackle it. Now boy oh boy, moving into a special 2, so this is going to give Deadshot, yeah, it's going to deal a percentage health damage. Deathstroke slays the opponent with a sword, reducing their current health by a percentage, maximum 36% per battle. Health reduction is not affected by critical, lethal, or damage buffs, so it works literally the same way as Skinflint Sakoman's special 3. Health reduction ignores the defense but can be affected by blocking or passives, so yeah, if you randomly throw the special and it's going to hit into something that ignores abilities, it's going to be ignored obviously, and if it's blocking, it's going to be a bit reduced. And Deathstroke heals from dealing damage with his attacks and specials. Okay, so this is huge. This is going to be far better than the Kilmflan Sakoman special tree, because the Kilmflan Sakoman special tree can go all the way to 30% of the enemy's health, because it's a 10% that triggers 3 times. And second of all, it is far far better than that thing. Like, obviously, if you're going to do 3 special 2s with Deadshot and 3 special 3s with Kinflan Sakumen might deal more damage. But in the long run, the fact that this is a lower amount of the opponent's current health makes it far better, because this is going to be split in multiple special 2s. And you might see this as a bad thing, because you don't get rid of this at the start, and you need to constantly do it throughout the entirety of the fight, and make sure you do it at the very least... how many times? 7 times. You need to do this at the very least 7 times to get the full benefit of it. And that's amazing, because I'd rather have this than have it split like in 10% current health instances of damage, because the enemy bosses are going to have something that's called a damage cap. The damage cap does not allow you to deal more damage than a certain percent of their health. And because this is split in far more instances of damage, even though this might still be reduced by their damage cap, you're going to get far more benefit, because like if you use a Kinflan Sakumen special 3 and in theory it should deal 100 million damage, but the damage cap is going to cap it at 10 million, you're going to deal 30 million. But if this would do, for example, instead of 100 million, this would do 50 million damage, which is a lower amount obviously, but it gets capped, then you're not gonna suffer much more, because you're going to be able to still use this again and again and get to a higher value than Kinflan Sakumen currently is able to do so. So the special 2 is going to be amazing, and this guy is not a question of if he's going to be a good Raids and Soul Raid character, it's just a question if he's gonna be the best one. And in terms of his percentage health that he's going to deal, I really feel like they also did a good job with this character in terms of the fact that this is going to be a very self-reliant character, and doesn't seem like a character that will yet again heavily benefit from Raven, because he doesn't have that many direct damage multipliers to his basic attack hits. Is more like centered around using special attacks and flat percentage damages that can't be buffed by Raven, so you'll not really have the trouble of him relying on Raven or something like that. He will be his own man. I don't think this guy will even rely on Brainiac, and you can use Brainiac with Manta, so I feel he's in a very good position because of that. And the special 3 can interrupt the opponent's specials, so I guess it's also a safe button in case you mess up. And is going to make all attacks and specials have a 56% crit chance. This is yet again gonna be able to be stacked 2 times, but that's kind of irrelevant because of the fact that with the base stat of the 5th gear of the character that's going to give you crit chance, you're going to reach 75% crit chance anyway, so you'll need this to be active only once. And also the second passive of the special 2 that I forgot to mention, he's also going to heal with a percentage of the damage he deals on his attacks and specials. So that's amazing, because he's also going to be reliant in terms of that. It's going to be more or less a Catwoman or something like that in terms of healing, though it will be more about the active damage that you do rather than the passive damage that's done to the opponents. So yeah, overall, the question about the special 3 is, do I really think this will be used to some extent? It begs the question, will this be even used with a special 3, or would you just do a crit build on him anyway and just pretend the special 3 doesn't exist and just spam special 2s throughout the entirety of the fight? The special 3 will obviously have the highest damage, so after you're done with the special 2, you're going to wanna have to transition into special 3. I'm talking about the base damage here. So after this is done doing percentage damage to the enemy, you might wanna transition into this, and depending on how much it takes for you to unload all the special 2s that deal percentage damage to the enemies, you might switch pretty soon to the special 3, and if you switch pretty soon to the special 3, you could have the option to mix them in between if there's enough time in the fight. So let's say you do a special 3, a special 2, a special 3, a special 2, and this way you keep the crit chance throughout all times, you also keep the healing throughout all times, and you're going to deal the most optimal amount of damage. Of course, in the fights that might rely on the special 1, we will see how it goes. And yet again, all those buffs that you have seen here, the crit chance, the health regeneration, health steal, however you want to call it, the armor pierce on basic attacks are going to synergize with those passives in terms of the fact that they can stack up to 2 times, they're going to last 9 seconds, and the more abilities you use, the more extended the buff is going to get. And it's not like even for that specific ability. So for example, let's say you're going to use the special 2 5 times, and you're going to also get a duration increase for the buff on the special 3. So this might actually be a good, actually if you mix those two in between after doing like a couple of cycles, like 2 or 3 cycles, you're going to have the full 20-second duration. So yeah, overall this seems like a very interesting character. It seems like a fully kitted out character and ready to go. He's gonna be amazing in both Arena, Champions Arena raids and Soul raids, like in all 4 of them. I don't know why I said both. And I really don't know what team this dude might need, because honestly, he really looks like he doesn't need anybody to buff him up. I mean, he'll obviously benefit from Brainiac because he's legendary, he'll benefit from Raven, he'll benefit from a lot of things, but at the same time, this guy looks like the type of man that you can literally put in the fight without any support character, though that's not necessarily advisable, and he will deal damage. I think because of his buffs, he might be the type of character that wants to constantly stay in the fights, so then maybe a Just League Flash to give him one more fast tech hit, maybe a Red Hood to extend the duration of the fight. But yeah, overall, it's going to be an amazing character. Yet again, if it's going to be like Raven in terms of the way you get his shards with a random chance to get them, where some people will get it every single heroic, some people will go throughout most of the heroics, not getting it once. I do not agree with that way to give him for kind of free, but at the same time, look, there's that option. They could have just not added that option. So yeah, I'm very happy with Deathshot actually. Deathstroke, excuse me, I don't know why I keep making this confusion. But yeah, I'm very happy with how they have done Deathstroke. It's definitely going to be a strong character, and they definitely seem like they have understood that in Injustice 2 Mobile we need to focus on characters that do well in raids and soul raids, because Arena and Champions Arena are modes that are not particularly challenging, and any character can do well there. So yeah, actually with Deathshot, I must admit, amazing job, lads. I really like the character. The only question now is how smooth it plays, how the animation go, all that stuff. Please, the dudes who are designing this character currently, if you're watching this, please make sure that if the enemy is hitting and this guy gets tagged, then he doesn't get interrupted by basic attack hits. It happened with Martian Manhunter, it happened with Raven. Just make sure it doesn't happen again, please. Please, so we don't have to wait 3 months to be able to do the block into tag and combo with him. But yeah, all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please do let me know. Oh, and one more thing, because of this 5% health reduction, he's going to do amazing in rig raids as well, because Kinflan Sakomen's special 3 is going to be kept at 3 million damage in tier 8 league raids. And normally it will deal 15 million damage, because, or lower, I don't know exactly how much, I don't remember exactly how much health. It will deal 12 million. Okay, there you go. It will deal 12 million normally, and it's capped at 3 million, and this thing would deal like 7 million to the league grade bosses, and is going to be capped at 3 million, so you're losing far less on that. So also amazing in league grades. But yeah, a lot out of the way. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about Deathstroke. And I'm very happy that it's going to be added in the game, because this is a character that a lot of people have been asking for. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Goodbye!
This is the future.